Hello, this is Naomi for Sheldon. I'm doing I guess, what is this called? A video testimonial. Okay, so hopefully this is recording. Okay, just a couple questions. What's your name, age, and occupation? All right. Hi, I'm Naomi Buckwalter, and I am a new student for Canto to Mando Blueprint. I've only been doing it for about a few weeks now, but I've been loving every second of it. My age, I'm not going to tell you just because I like to keep that private, but I will tell you I'm a 90s kid and my occupation is actually cybersecurity. So I'm a professional cybersecurity person. I guess I fight against hackers. What level would you say your Cantonese was beforehand? Oh, okay, so definitely basic. I grew up speaking Cantonese, but then went to school and then just gradually spoke more English until really all I can do now is listen to Cantonese. I don't use it in everyday language, but I could definitely understand more than I could speak. I think that's pretty true for a lot of people. What was your reason for learning Mandarin? Well, okay, lots of reasons. For one thing, I was always embarrassed about not knowing it. It's just because everyone else can speak it except for me. I always just thought it just sounded too hard to understand, and I never really thought that I could learn it. So understanding this class now, I'm like, okay, I can just break it down to each individual word. And then there's a mapping. I'm like, okay, this is actually not that bad. So the intimidation factor is a lot less now, that's for sure, now that I understand that I can learn it. So I've given my permission or just changed my mindset into understanding that I can learn Mandarin. It's not something completely out of my reach. So one of the major reasons one of the major reasons for learning Mandarin for me personally is just so I can communicate in public and to other people who might need help or who just want to have a conversation. And sometimes I'll just have random people try to speak to me in Mandarin. I'll be like, well, I don't know how to talk to you at all. I don't know what you're saying. So it would just be nicer to be able to communicate out. How did you try learning Mandarin in the past? Did you fail, and how many times did you give up? I have definitely tried learning Mandarin. I have learned Mandarin, or I tried to learn Mandarin using Duolingo, a couple other apps I can't remember right now, but they're pretty bad, I would say. They're not geared towards someone who already knows Cantonese or has like a basic knowledge of Chinese. It's just very vocabulary based, as you know. They just force you to memorize things, and the pronunciation isn't that good either. It's like very mechanical in the app. So yeah, Duolingo is not great. My parents never actually tried to teach me Mandarin since they really speak Cantonese. My mom speaks Mandarin also, but she never really tried to teach me. So I would say like I never had that personal connection with an actual person. It was always app-based learning. How has your experience been with Canto to Mando Blueprint so far? Really good. I would say like surprisingly good. I was pretty not skeptical, but more just like, oh, I don't know if I can do this because it's just always that intimidation factor, right? So, Sheldon's videos are really, really easy to understand. They're just very engaging, and he breaks it down in a way where you can like, oh, this is actually not that bad. Like I get it. It's not that hard. Like it's a language that millions or billions of people speak. Like I can do this too. So that's kind of where I was. I definitely have loved every single video. It's just very, very easy to understand and apply. And if you put in the work, you can definitely see a lot of progress pretty quickly. Has leveraging your Cantonese made Mandarin learning easier? Definitely yes. The easiest part is because when Sheldon does in the videos, he actually says it in Cantonese first, which automatically clicks every single time. And then the words underneath for Mandarin, you're like, hold on, this is the exact same word, just pronounced differently. Or like in the cases where the words are slightly different, he explains thoroughly why it's different, like why one word is replaced with another word. And like, here's the rules of when you should use it. And here's the percentage statistically when you can use it, right? So I found that very, very well put together, very well analyzed, especially as a technical person. I love seeing that kind of data. It's really cool. What was your biggest aha moment when learning Mandarin? I'm still getting them. Like every single time I do one of these lessons, I'm like, oh my God, I could do this. Like it's not, I think one of the biggest aha moments is when we did the live streams with Sheldon, where my mind was just blown away at like how everyone was able to do this. I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this. This is way too hard. And then I just tried. And then I'm like, hold on, I'm actually doing this. I can't believe I'm doing this. Like it blew my mind that I actually can hear Mandarin and then type in the pinyin and like get it kind of close, even though I'm not 100%, but I'm definitely better than 50% of the time. So I'm like, if I can be 50% with just a few weeks under my belt, like I could definitely get to 100% just in a few more months of effort. Like I can do this. So it's just been really an aha moment for me, because I know personally, if I put in the effort, I can get this for sure. So I'm excited. Okay, so what's your biggest surprise? I would say the biggest surprise is just how easy it is to learn. And this is really coming from someone who does not have a lot of time in my life. Like I really only spend about 30 minutes doing a video, or I do a lesson every night. But Sheldon actually got me hooked on this thing called Habit Share, which is like, or is I think it's Habit Share. Okay, so it's really cool, where you make a checklist of all the things that you want to do during the day, and it's like little habits you keep track of. So it's been kind of a game for me to make sure I do my Canto Mando learning every day. So the biggest surprise is how well I've been able to stick to it, honestly, because it's fun. Learning a language is super fun. What's your biggest, or sorry, did you ever think you could learn Mandarin this quick? No, I definitely did not think I could learn Mandarin this quick, just because it's always just been so intimidating. The only kind of experience I had with Mandarin was in church, where I would speak Cantonese, but then all the other ladies would be Mandarin and they would just be yelling at me in Mandarin. So like really all my touch points with Mandarin has been ladies yelling at me in Mandarin. So it's always been a very intimidating thing. And I never understood the beauty of the language. And I've always wanted to be able to watch movies and listen to music and listen to radio when people are speaking Mandarin. I would have loved to understand and not just have to read the subtitles. And really, hopefully at the end of this course, that I could be able to just listen and be like, okay, I kind of understand what they're saying, right? So feel free to go be deeper. Okay. Okay, hopefully, Sheldon, that I was answering your full sentences. Let me know if you need me to repeat anything. Okay, and last question you asked me. Okay, were you skeptical at first? Why? So I was definitely skeptical when I first started this course, just because I knew myself, and I thought I knew myself, thinking that this is a really hard thing. I've tried to learn Mandarin in the past, and how is this going to be any different? But guys, trust me, this whole course is just geared towards Cantonese speakers. And if you know any Cantonese, you can literally learn Mandarin, and or you can learn Mandarin so easily. And it's just so cool to see, like, yes, you can do this. If you have a little Mandarin, or if you have a little Cantonese, you can learn Mandarin. And I definitely, it's just been blowing my mind. So I was skeptical at first, but not anymore.